Yes, this is for devotees who worship Radha and Krishna. And I guess that just answers your question, but just to give like just a little bit more information, those who worship Radha and Krishna um, they're usually Krishna devotees. They practice Krishna consciousness or what's called Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is the highest form of yoga. It's the eighth limb of yoga, and it is the yoga of devotion, of love and loving devotion to God Himself. So that's what we practice, and it is the oldest because God is the oldest, right? It is the oldest form of worship, form of spiritual practice. Like Krishna is the embodiment of eternal knowledge. He is eternal. He's knowledgeable, all knowledgeable, and he is full of bliss. Like, and that is his form. He has a body. He has a form. He's not just like some light in the sky. He's not formless. He's not some void. He's not like universal everywhere. Although his body makes up the entire, the entire existence, the entire all of the universes, all everywhere, everything is composed is made of his body. But he actually has a two-armed form, and that is his original form. And every other form that we see God in, those are either incarnations that he has taken when he's come to earth for a specific purpose, usually to kill demons. But the specific tilak I wear, which is faded, that happens wearing it all day. It eventually fades and sometimes it flakes off a little bit. It's made of sandalwood paste, which smells so good. It's really like pure and cleansing. And the first thing that the tilak does is it identifies um, who we worship, which is Radha and Krishna. And specifically the coloring, what it's made of, and the shape. You can't see the shape much because it's faded on me. I'll include a picture. Um, but there are other forehead markings that indicate different, devotees that worship different avatars of the Lord or expansions of the Lord. Like those who worship Shiva, they generally have like the three red lines across the forehead. Those who worship Narayan have different tilak. Those who worship different forms of Krishna, other different expansions of Krishna, their tilak will look different. It can even be different colors. I've seen folks with like black tilak or red tilak. And some of it's really like it's just it can really vary. And there's like if you think about like Christianity, there's a lot of different denominations. Um there's infinite forms of the Lord, and there are groups that people that worship every single form of the Lord that exists. So and not to say all of them have a forehead marking or a tilak, but in Vedic culture a lot of them do. So I don't know a lot about those other ones. I stay in my lane. I generally mind my own business. Except when I need to inform myself or educate myself to understand, if someone is speaking on their particular view and their particular practice in worshiping the form of the Lord they've chosen, then that's an opportunity for me to learn about that. But otherwise, I focus on Sri Radha Krishna. That's where I'm at. That's who I worship. And so to give context, so Krishna is the highest form of the Lord, from which all of the other avatars and expansions and everything comes from Krishna. Everything comes from Krishna. Everything. And then so he is the masculine, and then his divine feminine counterpart is Radha. Radha is the divine Shakti. She is the Lord's potency. Without her, he can't do anything. She is his power, his energy, his mute. Everything that he does is because of her Shakti, her energy. And all of the other divine feminine incarnations that we see, they are expansions of hers. So we think about Lakshmi Devi, we think about Durga, we think about Parvati. All of them, they come from Radha. So yeah, I think I'll just stop there. I mean, there's so much information about Radha, about Krishna consciousness, about Bhakti yoga. It's not something that I can fully um expound upon in like a 10-minute video, but I hope this gives you like a little bit of an answer. And if you have more questions, of course, please ask them. I'm happy to talk about this. It is literally my life. So yeah, Haribo.